Good morning, UMA graduates, guests, distinguished faculty, and staff. My name is Jordy Highland, the Senior Vice President of Online Programs at UMA. I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker. When we started our search for our keynote speaker, we knew that we wanted someone with a lot of experience and someone who is very centered, intelligent, charismatic, truthful, original, and ready to motivate you beyond today. We realized that if you take the first letter in each of these traits, they spell victor. And we knew of a very accomplished speaker who has shared the stage with Rudy Giuliani, author of 12 books, an experienced corporate trainer named Victor Antonio. Victor overcame a poor upbringing from one of the roughest areas in Chicago to earn a BS in electrical engineering, an MBA, and to become the CEO of a high-tech company. Victor is starring in a show called Family Takeover that is launching on the Spike TV network in October. Victor is here with us today. Please join me in welcoming him on stage.
Thank you. How you guys doing? All right, before I get started, I need to know, am I in a ceremony or is this a celebration? Clap if you think we're in a ceremony. If you clap, leave the room. Clap if you think we're in a celebration. Yeah, that's my growth. Now, listen carefully. I got two types of speeches I give. I got a real boring one. I got a real exciting one. Both contain the same content, but I'm going to let you decide. Clap if you want the boring one. Leave the room. Clap if you want the exciting one. By the way, clap if you don't care, as long as it's good and it's short. I feel your pain. All right. Thank you for having me. By the way, big hands for the speakers here, the student speakers. Give them a big one. All right. By the way, so I'm originally from Chicago. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. The South is in the house, right? So I'm from Chicago, born and raised near the Cabrini Green housing projects. We were poor. We're talking food stamps, government cheese, powdered milk. Clap if you feel my pain. Oh, my people. By the way, take the poverty test. Back in the day, you knew you were poor. If the channel button broke off your TV, what'd you use? Man. By the way, if your antenna broke off because there was no cable TV, what'd you use? And if you were so poor you couldn't afford a hanger, what'd you use? Aluminum foil. There is some poverty up in here, right? By the way, if you wanted high definition, more foil, right? So people always ask me, well, Victor, if you came from the hood, how did you get the mahogany wood? I made that up, right? And so I always tell people, my mother was my motivating factor. Can we give it up for the mothers? Right? Right. And they always ask me, well, Victor, how did she motivate you? Well, back in the day, she motivated you to that one thing, that one tool that every mother used back then. The what? Some of you were abused. Right? The sandal, right? And the sandal, that was their choice, right? The sandal. And my mother would always, you do something wrong, she would do this, right? She would just grab you, and my mother's originally from Puerto Rico. She would grab me, lick, Boricua's in the house. Wow. Saludos. All right? So she would grab you, right? And she'd lick you up, and she'd say in Spanish, vete a dormir caliente, which meant this was hot, go to bed, right? And my mother was one of those women, when she was like Clint Eastwood. No, you had to see it. You never saw the sandal come out. Because she would stand right in front of you. She unholstered the sandal like this. And it was right there. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. And so I remember one day I come home, right? I'm coming home late, right? And back in the day, old school, when did you know it was time to come in? Because you didn't have a watch. Yet. By the way, this is a big hug. I love you. When the lights came on, right? When the street lights came on, as we say, you booked home, right? You ran home. And so I remember I walked into the house, and you know when you walk into the house and your mother has that look? You know that look that you can hear that something's not right. And she looked at me and she said, come here. In Spanish, ven aquí. Come come here. I looked at her and I said, no. I didn't know back then. I didn't know. You know, and it's almost like you want to have a Matrix moment, right? You want to stop the movie, grab the word and say, I didn't really mean for that to come out, Mom, right? As soon as I said no, she got the screw face. You know what I'm talking about? At that very moment, I knew I had to run. I turned, I took about 2 or 3 steps, and at that point, I heard the whistling sound. A clear indication that the sandal was airborne, right? And Mom had that sandal, you know, with the high technology radar guidance system on it, that it would go under the table, around the corner, nothing but, right? Go to sleep, little Victor. But my mother was the motivator. People always ask me, what about your father? Fathers are different. Fathers are cooler. They just look at you, say your name, touch the belt. Is that the combination? Victor. You're like, oh, that's it. Give it up for the fathers in the house. We never get credit. Fathers, fathers. And by the way, we're tired of the ties, socks, and underwear for Father's Day. Keep that in mind, okay? So I want to share with you, how did I make it? How did I make it happen? How did I go from not having much, going to school, pushing my way through just like you guys have, right? Because it hasn't been easy, has it? There's times you're like, right? And so how do I do it? I'm going to give you my secret sauce of success. Now, listen carefully. I don't usually share my secret sauce of success with just anybody, but I'm going to share it with you for one reason and one reason only. Listen carefully. Because I love you. All right? Some of you felt that. Some of you felt that was weird. That's okay. 3 steps to the secret sauce of success. You ready? Are you ready? Step number 1, you gotta ask. When you want something in life, you gotta ask. Now, I've been married 27 years. 4 different women, add up the years, doesn't matter. That is so wrong, so wrong. That was a joke. Look at some ladies like, that's not funny. That's not funny at all. 1 wife, 27 years, right? So, by the way, before I forget, the class of 2005 is the coolest class I've ever spoken to. Yes. Want to make sure that's on your video. All right. So, you got to ask. So, the first time I meet my wife, she's from Minnesota. 2015, my bad. By the way, I meet my wife for the first time, right? And she's from Minnesota. Yeah, that's what I thought, right? And we're driving to Chicago, and on the way to Chicago, I'm driving. She looks at me, she says, are you hungry? To which I said, no, not really. And I keep driving. Yeah, some of you got it already. Within seconds, I feel heat right here. And I look over at my wife, and she's just staring at me. You know that look that they give you, like, and I said, what? And then that's what she says, nothing. You ever have a woman say that to you? Nothing. And I said, what did I do wrong? Nothing. 2 hours, cone of silence, no conversation. We get to the rest area. Finally, she wants to talk to me. I said, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? She goes, well, I asked you if you were hungry. To which I said, no. She goes, what did she say, ladies? I was, and you didn't ask me, right? To which I responded, why didn't you say something? Now, let me give you the guy version of this. I'm driving, partner riding shotgun. Guys only answer this one. If a friend of mine asked me, Victor, you hungry? I said, no. Guys, what would you say? See, I am. Pull over. In life, you gotta ask. You can't assume people know what you're talking about. If you want that promotion, what are you gonna do? Ask. You want the raise? You gotta what? Ask. Nobody can read your mind. Step number 2, you gotta know how to ask. Right? So we're living in Miami. Okay? And I bought myself a brand new Volvo. Don't judge me. And so I remember I pulled into the gas station, right? And I'm trying to get some gas, but the credit card machine is not working. So I go inside, right, into the kiosk. There's 2 people lined up. I lined up number 3 in the queue. All of a sudden, I hear this voice. Hey, mister. Hey, mister. To which I look over, and there's this little kid off to the corner, sitting on a box, just sitting in the corner. And he's like, hey, mister, hey, mister. And I'm looking at this kid like, what are you doing there? And I said, yeah, me? He says, yeah. He says, how you doing? I say, I'm good. Now, I'm in Miami. I'm in a what? Rush. I want to get out of there. And he's talking to me like, is that your car? I said, yes. He said, when did you get it? I said, well, I just got it. Why did you choose the color? On and on and on and on. The questions kept coming. So I'm in a rush. I want to get out of this conversation. So, finally he says this to me. One day, I hope to have a car just like that. Oh, at that very moment, I saw my way to get out of this conversation. I said, son, work hard, and one day you will. Thinking that would close that conversation. Without missing a beat, a young man, 12 years old, no more than that, stands up from the plastic box and says, sir, that's exactly why I'm here. Lifts up the plastic tub to reveal these boxes of chocolates. He lifts the box up. He says, that's exactly why I'm here. I'm selling these boxes of chocolates. I'd like to know if you'd like to buy one. What did I say? No! That's what I said. I look, I go, no, thank you. But without missing the beat, the young man says, well, sir, if you're not going to buy a box, would you at least buy one bar? I said, yeah, give me 2 bars. I'll take 2 bars. $2, 2 bars. Got back into my car, drove home, pulled into the driveway. But it wasn't until I pulled into the driveway, I realized I got suckered by a 12-year-old. See, this kid understands that in life, you never ask for what you want. You ask for more than what you want, so you'll get what you want. Let me slow it down for you. He knew I was going to say no to the box. Would you agree? That's what he knew that. And so he knew that I would have to say yes to the second request. Now you're saying, well, how does this apply to me? Well, one day you're going to be on the job, and you're going to want that 3% raise. How much are you going to ask for? My people, right? You want that 1 week off? How much are you going to ask for? I don't even need to do anything with you guys. You guys are on it. And by the way, fellas, pay attention. Our wives do this to us all the time. My wife comes up to me one day. She went from not asking to stating. You know what I'm talking about? And she says to me, we're going on vacation. Got 2 kids. She goes, we're going on vacation. Now, when your wife says you're going on vacation, fellas, what do? Thank you. Right? You go on vacation. I said, where are we going? I'll get back to you. Week later, that's how she rolls. Week later, comes back. I found the ideal vacation. Right? What we do is we fly to Barcelona, and from there we take a boat, and we cruise along Greece, Italy, Rome, the whole bit, right? What is the first question out of a guy's brain? Thank you. How much? She says, $4,000 per, so a total 16. I said, no, I'm not paying $16,000. No way. No, I put my foot down right here. She says, fine, let's do the Caribbean cruise. That's only $1,500 per. Let's do that one. Which does she want on along? The smaller one. In life, never ask for what you want. Always ask for more than what you want, because you deserve it in order to get what you want. You with me? Yes or no? All right. Now, the last ingredient. Listen carefully. I'm going to guarantee you success with this last one. Because today you graduate, and all you're going to meet, a lot of dream killers out there. Yes or no? Oh, they're everywhere. So this ingredient is the most important one. But listen carefully. I don't usually share the main ingredient with just anybody, but I'm going to share it with you for one reason and one reason only. What's that? Thank you. All right. Has this ever happened to you? Did you ever wake up like at 3 in the morning with a fantastic idea? Clap if you know what I'm talking about. You ever have like a great idea? It's a beautiful idea. You're like, my God, this is the best idea I've ever had. And so you're laying in bed, you're tossing and turning, you can't sleep. And all of a sudden your significant other kicks you out of bed because they're trying to sleep, right? So then you get up and you start thinking about this idea. And you're like, man, this is the best idea I've ever had. I can't believe I came up with this idea. It's the best idea I've ever had. And sure enough, 5 o'clock in the morning, by 5 o'clock in the morning, you're convinced this is the best idea you've ever had. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. In fact, the idea is so good, by 7 o'clock in the morning, you've made your $1 million on this idea where? Up here. Oh, you're good, right? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock in the morning, you've retired. Where? Up here. You're done with society. You're done with life. You're going to retire. That's how good this idea is. You are so excited about this idea that you can't wait to tell somebody. So you wait around Friends, family, colleague. You wait around for somebody to wake up. And finally, somebody wakes up. And what do? You run over there to tell them this idea. You go, look, here's my idea. And then you start describing the idea. You're like, here's what we're going to do. Here's how it's going to work. That's how, and you start just going. And then you ask that key question. Man, what do you think? And at that moment, the dream killer has shown up. See, things were going good up to that point. But here's what I've noticed about dream killers. They just won't stab your idea, twist it, and kill it in front of you. Oh, no. Dream killers like to chop it down slowly right in front of you. Here's how they do it. You come over, you have the great idea. What do you think? Dream killer's response. I mean, it sounds like a good idea. And you're like, well, that's not the response you were waiting for. So you're like, no. You don't understand me. Let me explain it again. Let me give you more details. So you start explaining it. You explain it. Do you see it now? Dream killer's response. I've just never seen anybody do it that way before. At this very moment, your idea is on life support. So you got to what? You got to bring it. You start having a Jerry Maguire moment. You write the manifesto. You got PowerPoints. You got charts. You got maps. You got everything. You're explaining it. And at that moment, you now see it. Dream killer's final response. To kill your dream, twist it right in front of you. They'll say something like this. Well, I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead. And what do? You walk away going, that was the dumbest idea I've ever had. Clap if you know what I'm talking about, right? They killed your idea. Now, fast forward life. 1 year later, what do you see? Your idea. You're like, but that was my idea. Now, what was the difference between you and that other person? Yell it out. What was the difference? What? Oh, I love all your responses. No, here was your problem. You listen to stupid people. That's your problem. Now, I know what you're saying. Victor, you just can't come up here and call people stupid. Well, let me go ahead and define stupid, see if you agree with my definition of stupid. Because I've discovered in life there's 3 types of people whose advice you should never take. 3 levels of stupidness that you should avoid. Tell me if I'm wrong. Level number 1, there's people who don't know. Never ask people who don't know. Level number 2, there's people who don't know and know they don't know, right? Then there's level number 3. There's people who don't know they don't know, but pretend to know what they don't know. Have you met them, yes or no? Don't. So 1, you got to ask. 2, you got to know how to ask. 3, never listen to. You said it, I didn't, right? Now you're going to go out there and people are going to try to mess with your head. They're going to try to kill your dream. But don't worry. I've developed a tool to protect you, to put you in this great bubble. Now, let me give you an example. You ever have a conversation with somebody and you wind up arguing with them, yes or no? And then you walk away from that argument going, why did I get into that argument? Why? They were killing your idea and you argued with them and you walk away going, why did I do it? From this day forward, no more, Here's what you're going to do. Raise your left hand. Raise your left hand. I want you to visualize right here is a black dot. Can you see it? Written on top of that black dot is the word delete. The next time you're confronted with a dream killer, let them talk. Let them talk all they want. And as soon as they walk away, what are you going to do? Doesn't that feel good? When you deal with stupid people, what are you going to do? When somebody says you can't go back to school to get an education, what are you going to do? When they say you can't make more money, what are you going to do? When you can't get a better job, please, are you with me, yes or no? All right, we're going to close this out. You guys good with this? All right, let's close this out because I know you guys want to graduate and get going. I need everybody to get on their feet. You're about to take the pledge. Oh, no, this is special. Everybody, cool people too. Top rafter people too. Come on, get in on this. This is good stuff. All right, plus it gives you a chance to stretch. All right, do what I do. Repeat after me. You ready? You ready? All right, fingers up in the air like this. I pledge allegiance to my thing. Wait a minute. Some of you look confused. All right, put your fingers down, but don't sit down. That's my bad. Because I can tell by your faces, some of you confused with the whole thing, right? Listen carefully. In life, there's a fundamental difference between a thing and a thing. Let me explain it. In life, if you do something you do not like, it's not you. It's not what you love to do. It's not in line with who you are, your purpose. That is called a what? A thing. And when you do a thing in life, you'll always have a job. And that stands for what? Just over broke, because that's what you'll always be when you do a thing. So we don't want to do a thing in life. We want to do a what? Man, because when you do your thing, it's like beautiful things begin to happen, right? All of a sudden, you're in sync. You love what you're doing. You're good at what you're doing. People appreciate what you're doing. And when you do your thing, everybody gets an automatic MBA. And that stands for what? Mega Bank Account. Are you with me? All right, fingers back up in the air. I pledge allegiance to my thing. Man, look at your thing. Let it know you care. To my thing. I will rise above, doing what I love. Oh, I will make that dough. Look how happy you got. Look how happy you got. One more time. I will make that dough, doing what I know. And those who laugh, louder like you mean it, and those who laugh can kiss my, can kiss my assets, can kiss my assets. Class of 2015 UMA, congratulations. Best of luck. Thank you. Appreciate your time.